Yeah. It's time to do the podcast. Woo! I haven't spoken in the last hour, so this is all weird. I've been sitting here working my ass off, trying to come up with shit to talk about. Try not to be a dick. Try to wrap my mind around that I'm pretty shitty. I'm not. I don't know why I say that. I do not suffer with a confidence issue. I think I'm pretty awesome. Make no mistake. I am never ever walking around all downtrodden and mopey. I'm always like, wake the fuck up and go do something productive, you dumb son of a bitch. I'm always talking to me like that. I'm like, yes, quit bitching. This is how it goes for me. You know, if I'm ever like, man, if there's that one moment of weakness where I'm like, oh man, I'm all alone and I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm like, you idiot. What are you doing? You're 2.5 years of sitting in that room above your garage doing the podcast and you're fucking fine. Well, if the bottom was going to drop out, it'd be like right away. You know, just quit being such a crybaby. Why is my sign upside down? Hang on a second. That's embarrassing. It won't be around that much longer if I keep doing this shit. Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV sign is upside down. All right, more on that in a second. The show comes to you each and every day, each and every weekday from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. For Tuesday, May 18th, the Eric Zane Show podcast begins now.
Hey, this is Patriot Nick, and you're listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast, where if you don't like what the host says, he'll threaten to fight you in the streets.
Hey, I'm a girl.
Oh, wait, that's not the right clip.
Guess I have to fight you in the street now.
Oh, there you go. Now here's your host.
I'll fight you in the street.
Eric Zane.
I don't care where it is. I will fight you in the street. Yeah, thank you, Patriot Nick. And the guy on the guitar has a goat running around his house. That is Jimmy, also in Maine. So that's all Maine. Jimmy is going to be featured on Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia coming up at 10:30 Eastern Time on Patreon. That should be fun. Jimmy's hilarious. I love that guy. I love that. Hey, guy. So, okay, this, as you know, daily show where I talk about news, nonsense, and my personal adventures Monday through Friday right here. You can catch it live. Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Share it. Like it. Thank you. Periscope video on Twitter. Brought to you by Blue Frost IT. If you could, please retweet it with a snarky comment. That would be very nice. And then, of course, on the almighty YouTube, Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, bell notification, thumbs up. These are all the things that you that I ask for your support. Okay, you might not be a guy who says, "Hey, I'm going to buy a dumb T-shirt, or I'm going to do a stupid cameo, or I'm going to sign up for his ridiculous Patreon." You might not be that guy, but this painless thing that requires no money of just doing those things I suggest really helps your old pal Eric. As always, please patronize the sponsors if you can, if that's something that you're looking for, any of the services or products or whatever it is that they're asking you to do. If you ever need those things, please keep that in mind. That is how we keep this show alive for the past 2.5 years. And then, of course, if you ever want to reach out to me, send me an email directly, eric@ericzaneshow.com, on the Shoreliners striping inbox. Shoreliners, they stripe parking lots, they sweep parking lots, they paint athletic fields. They are awesome. And now they're full into, like, the season because hockey's over. No more hockey. It is done. No playoffs, nothing. Some are like, yeah, they should have a playoff. Okay. The point of the American League, you might want to think, yeah, the guy's got to play for a championship. The point of the American Hockey League has always been development for the National League, the National Hockey League team. Okay. So, if here we are, this nutty COVID year, this is just how it has to be. Next year, hopefully come back. I think we will. Okay. What did I write down there? I wrote down a note of something I wanted to talk about, and then I can't read my damn writing. Trans? Like transgender? Is that what I wrote? Oh, no, that's not it either. I don't know what my problem is today. It's going to be like this. But welcome. Glad you're all here. Let me get into this right away. I've gotten a lot of feedback from yesterday's podcast. If you did not make it through the whole thing, you must make it through the whole thing, because it was a bit of drama. And it all centered around the fact that, well, I just, as a throwaway, I brought up the whole deal that I saw over the weekend, because as you all know, that, if there's any degree of whether real or perceived injustice by our old pal Kenny in Nashville, and I'm not saying what is what. I'm not saying it is real. I'm not saying that it's just perceived. I'm not saying anything. But I know some people, because I've heard from you, have thought, well, yeah, Zane, that's absolutely real. And others of you have said, yeah, that's absolutely, he was way out of line there. That was not a slight by the mechanic, the mobile mechanic that he hired. I'm the messenger here, okay? This all started to bubble over the weekend when, well, he was the first one that said, oh, my God, look at what happened to me. This guy fucked me, and this mechanic was supposed to come to my house, and then he canceled last second, so he was super pissed. So I'm like, oh, my God, finally I catch up with that. But before that, Zaniac Kyler, he wrote, man, Kenny's a huge Karen. And I'm like, what? Huh? What are you talking about? I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I kind of get up to speed, and Kenny posted a huge post about it, expressing himself as to what the problem is. Long, he screenshotted and posted, and he's mad at this guy, and the guy ended up calling him a Karen. So everybody's calling poor Kenny a Karen. And he's like, wait a minute, man, I'm not a damn Karen, holy shit. Well, okay, so then we had Kenny on, and he was really, really pissed because I didn't respond to his text message right away or something like that. I was like, dude, I don't know, man. I was taking care of my wife. I don't got time for anybody's war with the local mechanic who has to come and fix your car. I was real busy over the weekend. So I tried to talk him off the ledge that, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. Don't be mad at me. I had nothing to do with this. And so, whatever, that ends. And then I got a wild hair, and I said, holy shit, I got the phone number of the mechanic. So I called the mechanic, and Kenny was watching on the chat, and he's seething, man. He's writing in all caps. He's furious, and I'm talking to the mechanic, and the mechanic is giving us his side of the story. And he, despite me, hey, I am Eric. You're on a podcast, all right, great. So there you go. And then I wanted to call Kenny and conference him up with the guy. And I thought this would be great. And the audience is loving this, okay? The people that are at home, they got the popcorn. They're enjoying the whole dynamic. We got an entirely different side of the story. And I brought up with the guy, I go, well, you called Kenny a Karen, And Kenny's like, well, yeah. Or the guy's like, yeah, well, I called him a Karen because of this, and this. And he gave all. So you got these two sides. They are not on the same page whatsoever. But, okay, so that all provided more information for all of you, which is the jury in this. Now, I'm just telling you, Kenny, that these people have read what you wrote, they've heard what you said, and they have heard what this guy said. And I'm struggling. I haven't seen a ton of people saying Team Kenny on this. Now, I'm sure there are. And as you know, I'm just not involved. I don't have anything to do with this. I am not facilitating this in any way and trying to stoke the fire. I would never, ever dream of doing anything like that. I'm just, here. I'm just along for the ride. I am 1,000,000% innocent. Everybody knows that. I got this sent to me from one of the Zaniacs. They made a song. I was quite impressed with this. And the inspiration for this song, Kenny, is this. Hold on. That's weird. Why don't I have sound there? Oh, that's really a drag. Hold on. I have no idea what's going on here. Stop all. Oh, that's not good. That's embarrassing. Okay, hang on a second here. I think I figured out the problem. I'm all set up, excited about doing that. No, it's still not playing. Well, anyway, the Benny the Wonder Dog song is the one that I'm talking about. He's Benny the Wonder Dog, Benny the Wonder Dog, Benny the One-Eyed Wonder Dog. So, okay, then this shows up in my inbox.
He's Kenny the whiny bitch. Kenny the whiny bitch.
No, I am not saying the identity of the writer of this. You might be able to figure this out as to who the writer and the performer of this is. But this is that.
He's Kenny the whiny bitch. Kenny the whiny bitch. Kenny the whiny Karen bitch. Yeah! Kenny the whiny bitch. Kenny the whiny bitch. Kenny the whiny Karen bitch.
Perfect. Okay, musically, it's on point. It's on point.
Don't you hate him?
Don't you hate him? Okay, now that's too much. That is too much. You can't throw in whoever that is, anonymous Zaniac, Pellerito. You cannot throw in "Don't you hate him" at the end of that. My God. Okay. Well, good news is you got your car fixed. So look, this stuff just shows up on my doorstep. Now I know that this is probably going to be traumatic, and you're probably going to have to call into work and drown your sorrows in 35 Stouffer's pizzas in order to get over this terrible thing. Kenny says, "Who fixed my car?" Eric, yes. Gotham, New York City Automotive is the name of the company. The ones who were supposed to fix your car are, I don't forget what it is, Z28 Auto Repair, some shit. I have no idea. Had you lived in West Michigan, you could have gotten it repaired at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. You wouldn't have had any problem. But, all right. So thanks to that anonymous Zaniac named Pellerito who sent that along. Yesterday was a day that this was tough because Nick writes, Kenny has to call in sick to stay at home for stay-at-home work. Okay. Yesterday was a day. Remember I was telling you about that big tax bill? Okay. I've got an update on the tax bill. When we last spoke about this, I owed $21,000 in taxes. And you're like, how? How did you manage that? Well, this is how it works. First of all, I had no idea that this show was actually doing much better than what I had anticipated. I don't pay attention to anything. I just work, sell the hell out of it, and then pay my bills and podcast. That is it. I don't. And then, fortunately, I did better than what I had thought I was going to do. And yeah, I credit you. I did. Well, hell, I did. I'm doing better on this podcast now. This is a little pat on the back than my last 2 years on the radio. And so that's great. That's like, holy shit. You know, you've eclipsed what you did at BBL in terms of being able to provide for your family. So I'm like really, really proud of that and stoked because this came from absolutely built from nothing. So yeah, fuck yes. That makes me very, very happy. Problem with that is I was not paying enough money in federal and state tax. I pay every quarter. Every 3 months, I write a check and send it along to the government. And that's it, you know, and I try to stay on top of that and take good. Now, what you're supposed to do, according to TAG, is you take 20% of your net. So money coming in, subtract it's profit and loss. Profit, take the loss out of it. Take your net, pay 20% on your net for the federal taxes, and pay 4.25% to the state. And that's usually a little bit more than what at the end of the year when you reconcile, it should get a little bit back, but it should be as close to zero as possible. Well, I fucked that up. And on last year, well, I didn't pay nearly enough taxes. So for that reason alone, because I didn't pay nearly enough taxes, I owe $6,000 federal and $1,400 to the state. So that fucking sucks. All right, that's a big pain in the ass. But, and I described this to you, the way Obamacare works, the government gives you a tax break if you don't make enough money, and they pay for 2/3 of your premium or so. Okay? So what you pay for in insurance through Obamacare, the government pays for a good portion of that if you don't make enough money. Okay. But at the end of the year, when you do your taxes, which I did with the tax hobbit, Troy Ginzer at TAG Accounting, he's sitting there looking at the bottom line and he goes, "Oh, you fuck." I go, "What?" He goes, why didn't you go during the year and kind of change things up and start because you made way too much fucking money, you idiot. So because of this, now you have 12 months of insurance premiums, and I appreciate this. It's set up like this, okay? Obamacare helps provide health insurance for people who can't afford it. So if you don't make enough money and you're self-employed, the government pays for a good portion of that so you can get insurance. Okay, that's the way it's set up. But if you make more, you cross that threshold, they're like, fuck you, no more subsidy. You make too much money, asshole. So you pay it back. And I'm like, well, that's the way it is. And I have no problem with that. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So, all right, it's already bad news that I gotta pay extra because I didn't pay enough actual tax on the net. But what is it? How much? And he goes, dude, you owe total now. You owe $21,000. You have to write a $21,000 check on May 17, dick. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I go, are you serious? And I've talked about this before. Then I go, okay, so yesterday was that day. However, and some of you are going to be like, why? This is crazy. And Nick says, you need an accountant to make changes throughout the year. No, I knew that. I could have made changes myself, but I was too busy not paying attention. Okay. He actually told me that, but I didn't listen to him. Joe Biden is giving everyone free money. Okay. You know, he's been giving away all the stimuluses. We've had that. Well, Trump had those stimuluses for everybody. And so then I get a call from, hey, Jordan, how are you? I got a call from the tax hobbit. He goes, there's been a change. What? He goes, the most recent stimulus is going to wipe out your subsidy payback. I go, what? He goes, yeah, all of that money that, Josh, I know it's not free money. I get it. He goes, all of that money that you owed, you don't have to pay that anymore. I go, how? He goes, well, fucking Biden came in and said, hey, everybody, guess what? Here you go. That was added on to that most recent. I don't have to pay it anymore. So my tax is still due, but they said I do not have to pay back the health care subsidy. I'm like, oh my God. Really? Okay. So what was going to be, a fucking life-changing amount of money has become just not nearly as much of an issue. So that is good. Nick says total charges this year, $42,000, $21,000 to the U.S. government, the other $21,000 to the vet. The vet is expensive. So I didn't have to. I was planning on this gigantic sum of money, and then they wipe out. So now I just owed the six for federal and the 14 for the state. I can do that. All right. I didn't have to write the $21,000 check, so I'm happy about that. But so, and then I had to write quarterly. Okay. I pay them quarterly like I talked about. They were due April 15th, quarterly taxes for 2021. I did not pay those. I completely forgot. So I'm like, oh, shit. So I've got 4 envelopes in my hand, 2 for feds, 2 for the state. Ton of cash flies out for taxes. And then, because June is due in a month, June 15th. So less than a month, another, let's see, 40, another 5,200. I'm like, fuck, holy shit. But it's okay. That's what you got to do. We're doing all right. Thank you. It's because of you. Thank you so much for populating the podcast, supporting the sponsors, buying the stupid T-shirts, buying the stupid cameos, supporting the Patreon. It's all because of you. Patriot Nick sent me an interesting article today. Just sent it along. Thank you, buddy. And vaccination against COVID does not mean immunity for people with organ transplants. Truth be told, people who are vaccinated aren't immune. Like 100%. You have a less chance of getting COVID. Minimal chance of getting COVID. But, and if you do get it, and people do, hopefully it won't kill you. It's supposed to reduce the effect of that. But medical experts are seeing that people who are recipients of donated organs, well, they're getting 46% of transplant patients have had no evidence whatsoever that they had any antibody response to the vaccine after 2 doses. Dr. Dori Segev says all of this. He is a transplant surgeon at Johns Hopkins and one of the authors of a study which looked at the antibody response after full vaccination with Moderna and Pfizer shots in more than 650 transplant recipients. One of the things we're trying to emphasize to the transplant population is vaccination does not mean immunity. And even the transplant patients who did generate an antibody response from the vaccine, he says, it is less robust than in people with a competent immune system. This makes sense. And I described it to, this is from NPR. I sent along to Nick. I go, exactly. And I believe that, we're talking about my pal Jeffrey here, who is very much immunocompromised. So when you or I get the vaccine, the body's like, oh, okay, this is what you want me to make. All right. And then to fight this off, I get it. It's kind of like on a person like Jeffrey, who's immunocompromised. I described it to Nick as putting a brand new Primo paint job on a very poorly running vehicle. Excuse me. So that's very interesting to me. And it comes up now. Yesterday, first of all, I got a podcast link from not Mike Pellerito, but Joe Pellerito. My pal Joe Pellerito does a podcast. And hold on, I don't think it's for public consumption yet, but it will be very soon. And then I'll link it up. And I got to say, Joe Pellerito, for someone who does a podcast just for fun, he's pretty damn good at it. It is called the Rechoice Podcast. And he did an episode titled Re-Gift with Paul Zenk, Z-E-N-K, and Eric Zane. Paul received a kidney. Eric donated one. Stephen, I don't know. I think it's Stephen, needs one. Incredible stories. You'll learn a lot about your own health, friendship, and laughter in this episode. Organ or tissue donation is a gift that multiplies. So that's coming. And I don't know. He gave me the advanced look at it. I wonder if it's available for download yet. I'll link it up when it is. Okay. Rechoice Pod, Joe Pellerito. No. It is not yet available. It will be released soon. Look at you with your 5 stars, Joe Pellerito. Look at all these episodes. Well done, buddy. 5 out of 5, 11 ratings. Joe Pellerito is the real deal. What you hear in the podcast is a reflection of the man behind the voice. He is fun, talented, caring, and above all, he is selfless and wants to help others be better. What a great format for Joe to spread that desire to serve others. Rechoice. And he has hair. Unlike his brother Mike, who is busy making songs to make fun of Kenny. Yesterday was a day, and I was, so as May has been ongoing, 18 days in, yesterday, 17 days in, I'd been, I'm not too good with dates. I always forget, like, what is what, like important dates. And I know that it was sometime in May of 2020 that I had the whole Jeffrey thing unfolded. You know, what started as just Facebook conversation. And then half a day later, I'm going to give him a kidney. It was just unbelievable. Okay. And I had been like, what date was that? What was the date that actually happened? I mean, when did it happen that Diane and I made the decision that one of us was going to give him a kidney? I couldn't remember for the life of me. And so then I said, well, I remember it was, I think, exactly 200 days prior to the actual kidney transplant. So I clicked on the Rechoice Podcast. I was listening to the intro with Joe. While I'm actually on the calendar, I'm looking at December 2nd and counting back 200 days. 200 days. And then right about the time that I get to the month of May 2020, in the piece that he sent me, I actually said May 17th, 2020 is when we committed to this whole thing. I went, oh my God, it's today. Holy shit. And so I'm sitting there going, oh fuck, I had no idea that today was the day. So, my God, I cannot believe that it has been 1 year and now 1 year and 1 day since I was sitting there standing in the kitchen at the island, do my will. I heard that voice and I went, And then, okay, Diana, hey, it took me 1 minute to give her, you know, I didn't, I was very, very brief with it. I go, so if you were looking at Facebook and you had a friend that you were kind of familiar with, but a person you knew in high school, but not really that close, and you found out through the grapevine that they need a kidney, would you, and you were like able to do it, would you do it? Oh, yeah, I absolutely would. She said that, and I go, So as soon as she said that, I was like, all right, now, okay, we're good to go. Now I knew I wanted to do it. So then I go, well, listen. And so I caught her up to speed. I go, hey, what do you say that? And this is a perfect example of how perfect we are for each other. We rarely are not on the same page. I go, what do you think if we, and just her spirit is so incredible. All I had to do was speak for another 1 minute about revealing about Jeffrey. And she's like, yeah, let's do it. Tell him right now. So, man, that's fucking great. I'm so happy that we didn't think about it, because the second you start thinking about it, you know, your mind tries to tell you that it's going to go poorly or it's going to be terrible. And most people, and that's not natural, I guess, to just kind of like talk yourself out of it. Man, right there, I said, okay, the quicker we tell him, the harder it will be, because I know I'm going to experience moments, or she will experience moments, where a doubt will creep in. So let's just tell him. Oh, God, I think I actually have that conversation here somewhere. Let's see. Okay, there's December 2020. June. Okay, it doesn't go back as far as I needed to go back. But I remember, hey, so you got kids. What do you do for a living? And then it's kind of like that. And I remember he wrote, yeah, I'm very, very sick. And I go, oh, okay. And he goes, I'll tell you about it in a phone call. And I went, yeah, well, I could call you. And then he lets the cat out of the bag. He says, just so you know, it's stage 4 kidney disease. No, stage 5. It was stage 5 kidney disease. And I'm like, well, that sounds like you're going to die. And I was right. He was going to die. He'd be dead now. Honestly, he would have killed himself by now. If this had not worked out, he'd have killed himself. He told me it can be told now. He goes, I actually picked out the branch in my backyard that I was going to hang myself. He goes, I was not going to go back to dialysis. I was just going to kill myself. And so I had said to him many times, and this is going to be in the book, I knew you were going to live the day you told me you were going to die. And so then after I talked with Diana, I go, well, hey, Diana is a universal donor. And what type blood are you? Because I might match you as well. We both think we both want to donate a kidney to you. There's, go down this road. And man, he wrote back, wow, that's a huge ask. I can't even begin to think. And, he's right away. He goes, I'm crying. And so then I call him up and I hear his voice like, hey, man, oh, man, this is incredible, man. Holy shit. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. He's, and then that was it. We came up to this room, sat at this computer, went to the UCLA website, the donor form, because that's where he lives. It's the organization he does it. Filled it all out. By Tuesday, we had a phone conversation with a sweet lady named Sheila. We both did. We both got our donor kits. It's just blood that you have to give. They send you some vials. And then that started our little adventure. Off we went. And then the time, after that first round of blood giveaway, blood donation, they said we're both matches, but I was more antigen markers. So then that kind of put the ball in motion. Some of you are aware that Diana, I talked about this on the Patreon. She is trying to help a little boy in St. Louis to do this exact same thing. So she did it again, donated blood. And it turns out that they have her down as, yes, a match, but not the best match. And there are other people that stepped up and also are a match, a better match for this little 7-year-old little bugger in Missouri. But and then the surgery happened with her shoulder, so she's kind of like on the shelf right now, but she wants to do this too. So I'll keep you posted on all of that. That would be fantastic. Kate says, and what a year it's been. Yeah, good and bad. I'm sad that my mom couldn't see it through because my mom, I found out after the fact, was super nervous about this whole thing. And I didn't know that. She did not show her hand at all. And then I found out just before she got COVID that my brother goes, hey, man. I go, yeah, mom's a huge supporter of this. He goes, no, she's not. She thinks you're a crazy fuck. She does not want you to do this. I go, yeah, well, Dad says, I'm talking to my brother. I go, yeah, my brother felt the same, or my dad felt the same way. He goes, yeah, they both think you're an idiot. I go, yeah, that's what parents do, But then, frankly, a few hours after the surgery, I thought I was an idiot because holy fuck, was I uncomfortable. I was like, oh my God, you left a scalpel in there. There's no way I'm going to die. And they're like, yeah, you should be out of the hospital in 12 hours. I'm like, fuck you. There's no way I'm leaving this hospital. No way, no how. And then Grish says, okay, well, how are you handling the narcotics? And I go, what narcotics? He goes, I gave you narcotics to take. I gave you intravenous narcotics. You just have to ask for them. And then the Percocet. You haven't taken those? I go, no. He goes, what did you take? I go, Tylenol. He goes, you asshole. Take the fucking narcotics. I go, oh, well, I don't know. I mean, he goes, no. And the nurse, can you get in here? This stupid asshole just got his kidney ripped out. He has no narcotics in him. No wonder why you're in pain, you dumb dick. And what a year it's been. That's why I brought that up with Kate saying that. So that my mom passed October 16th. This happened December 2. It makes me sad that she wasn't able to see it through with us. But yeah, just a. I can't think of much bigger adventure during a pandemic year to have this happen, and it was absolutely epic. I never once. There was a couple times when I was a little bit of anxiety, but that probably only happened 2 or 3 times, and then I just went to bed and just said, it's not gonna happen for a long time, no big deal. And then it just kind of went away. And I've stressed this to people many, many times. I never, ever, ever looked up I didn't do one bit of research on this. I was afraid that was going to deter me. And I'm so happy with that decision. One of the best decisions I made. Don't even look it up. Just only talk to the physicians. And to this day, I have never gone back to see what is involved in a kidney transplant. I don't know. I'm not interested in it. I was only interested in getting it out of me and into him. And so that was it. Jason writes, did you feel that? I know you talked about how they ask right before they put you under, but did you have second thoughts before that? No, not at all. It all just on the day of, very early in the morning in the waiting room with Jeffrey, he's 35 pounds lighter than he is now. He looked like shit. And then getting up to the room when you finally get to the point where they're like, okay, before we start putting medicine in you, do you agree to get a kidney transplant? Yes. Sign a consent form. That's it. Okay. But if at any one point between that and when I actually go nighty-night, if I say, hold on, I'm going home, no questions asked. People have asked me, what happens if your one kidney goes bad? Well, I get to cut the line. So if my one kidney goes south for whatever reason, I don't have to, I'm not on a waiting list. I just go get a new kidney. Tom says one of the few positive stories that came out of 2020. Jason says, okay, ethics question for you. Diana gets a call that she has a perfect match for a 25-year-old convicted rapist murderer Convict lifer with stage 5 kidney disease. Does she donate? I think so. I think she would. I don't know. Well, it's all about life, I guess. Either, boy, that is tricky. Maybe. I guess I can't speak for her. If it were me, I don't know. Then there's also the whole idea of perhaps that person remaining alive could do some good in the world, hopefully. But that is tricky. I don't know, man. What the fuck is wrong with you with coming up with that one, you dumb bastard? I am guessing, though, that 25-year-old convicted rapist murderer, convicted lifer, is going to be at the bottom of the list. Chris says, I'm sad your mom didn't see you do this, Eric. She's with me. And that's what Kate says, too. She's with you. I believe that. The only downside of this journey, Jason says, referring to that. I still think you should call my friend that I suggested you interview. No, you're right. I forget things. So please remind me, Dirk. My cousin John is in the house. What up, buddy? Then Jason snarkily writes, still talking about the kidney? And he says, I'm trying to reach Kenny status. Does Kenny do that? Is that a thing Kenny does where if the conversation goes to a point where he's not interested, does he tell me to move on? Please tell me that that's not the case, because that's one of my biggest pet peeves. I think he's been pretty quiet since the beginning of the show. He was speaking earlier, I think. And then maybe it was the song. Kenny does do that? Yeah, I've had it with this. Move on. Yeah, that is probably one of my least favorite things when I'm doing a show and fucking trying my best to keep it going. And someone says, yeah, I don't like it, so you got to stop doing it because I don't like it.
He's Kenny the whiny bitch. Kenny the whiny bitch. Kenny the whiny Karen bitch. Yeah! Kenny the whiny bitch. Kenny the whiny bitch. Kenny the whiny Karen bitch. Don't you hate him?
Kenny says, I don't do that, but now I want to. Wait, what? You don't do it? So is Kate lying to you? Is Kate, are you accusing Kate in New Jersey of being a liar? Ladies and gentlemen, I need to ask you as members of the jury, does Kenny say, I don't like what Eric's talking about, he needs to move on, or something like that? I've got another confirmation. Joe Martinez says, especially when you're talking politics. He does? Like, as I'm talking about it, he voices the opinion on the thing and writes, hey, I don't like this. It's time to move on. That can't be true. I have two people saying it. Kenny is saying, no, that's not the case. But let me just tell you that if that does happen, that is the absolute worst thing that you can do to someone. That's like a heckler in the front row of a comedy show saying, I don't like that joke. You have to not do that joke anymore, or like yells at him. I've got a third confirmation. Yup, Dirk says, especially when politics comes up, he becomes the comment cop telling us to stop talking about it. What? Chris says, no, he doesn't do that, but he's the comment boss. He says, yes, you're ruining the show. Me? He said, wait a minute. Come on. This can't be true. Ken says, are we still talking about Kenny? All right. Ken says, Jesus, move on. Quit talking about Kenny. All right. Let's see. What else do I have for you? Okay. I had a guy swing by the house yesterday. You remember I told you about the neighbor? My buddy Tori reaches out to me and he says, "Hey man, are you familiar with the so and so roofing company? They've been working the neighborhood." Now I'm expecting to hear, "Oh, okay, is this some type of scam?" And then I go, "Yeah, I think they dropped some merchandise off." He goes, "Well, okay, you need to reach out to these people." I go, "Why?" He says, "Because I just got a whole new roof for free." I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, there was a hailstorm recently in the past calendar year, and these folks are going through the neighborhood asking to take a look at your roof. And if they can determine hail hits that have damaged the shingles, they will then have you reach out to your insurance company. They will look at the insurance company will look at the evidence. They'll have someone come out and look at what the roofing company looked at with the roofing company there. And they'll either say, yeah, we agree with the roofing company, or no, we don't. Denied. And that's it. If they say deny, you don't get a new roof. The guy leaves. If they say yes, you get a new roof. And I'm like, what's the catch? He goes, no catch. And this company is 4.9 out of 5 on the BBB. And I did a ton of research and Google reviews. We all know how effective those are. Well, holy shit, this is great. And I'm getting a new roof. What the fuck? All right, I'm in. I reach out to this dude, young guy. And his job works for this roofing company, and he's out. And it's at this point that as soon as I see the logo of this company, I noticed as I'm walking the dogs through the neighborhood, tons of homes in the neighborhood have the signs up. New roof coming from so-and-so roofer. So people are allowing them to look at the roof. And not only that, they're looking at like the downspouts, okay? And there's certain telltale signs of a hailstorm when it hits a downspout. It makes a dent in it. So you could get everything replaced. The downspouts, the gutters, all that shit. Oh, my God. So this guy shows up. And this dude is Class A, tip top of the heap, team bro. I'm guessing 23. And big as a freaking house. And so in the conversation with him, he reveals to me that he used to play football at a town I used to live in called Midland, Michigan. And of course he played football. And I'm like, oh my God, this kid, he's raking in tons of coin with this gig. And with these looks, you know how many housewives are throwing underwear at this dude? Oh my God, you thought it was bad when Throat/Dale visits the house with women throwing underwear at him. This dude, I'm like, holy shit. And that's I see him, I go, oh my God. And my buddy Tori goes, yeah, my wife, she cannot get enough of this guy. He shows up at the house and right away she's like, oh, can I watch him put the roof on? So he says to me, he gives me the spiel. I go, all right, cool. What do we do now? He goes, well, I got to get on the roof. I go, well, you want to do it now? He goes, that's kind of late. I got to get out now, but I'm going to call you. I'll set it up. I'm going to show up here. I'm going to look for certain things. I take pictures of them. And then I give you the ammo you need to reach out to your insurance company. I go, okay. What do you know about my insurance company? He goes, they're tough. I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, we've dealt with these folks in the past, and 50% of the time they approve it. 50% of the time they just say deny, and then that's it. All right. I go, why some and not the other? He goes, it depends on who you get. He knows the names of the two adjusters for the insurance company, the homeowner's insurance company that I have. He goes, if you get so-and-so, you're probably going to get a new roof for free. If you get the other guy, you're probably not going to get a roof for free. So it is quite literally who they schedule. So when I call the front desk of so-and-so insurance company, if they say, yeah, so-and-so's coming out, he goes, you should smile. If they say the other name, you're going to be like, fuck. It's probably not going to work out. They'll just deny you. So I'll keep you posted. And then I'm breaking it down with this guy. He finds out from my pal Tori what I do. And he's part of he's the age of the person, the age of him. He doesn't listen to radio. No one under 25 years old listens to radio anymore. And so he has no idea anything about the show, about this show. Well, I should say my old show, because that's what I'm known for. And he goes, well, I shared your name, Eric, with people that I work with. And like, oh my God, Zane, holy shit. And then he asked about the podcast, so maybe he'll be checking it out. And with a little luck, I'll have a roofing company on the podcast. I said to him, I go, okay, well, no matter what happens here, if you can put the new fucking roof on, I'm going to pitch you on marketing on the show. Because, and I don't even know if these guys need it, because to me, that's a license to print money. Just walking around to the communities where a hailstorm has been, is it that simple? My God. So I guess my point is, if you ever have a roofing company show up to your house and say, hey, there was a hailstorm on this date, and we want to take a look, let them do that. Do your research about who the company is, if there's any marks on them by the BBB or whatever. But my man Witten did all of that, and it's looking really good. So I am stoked about this. I got my fingers crossed we can get a brand new roof. All right. The live stream, the open of the Eric Zane Show podcast, brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6505. Anywhere in the USA, I want you to call upon the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, except if you live in South Carolina, Maine, Hawaii, and Alaska. The rest of you, please, if you're in the market for a new mortgage, another mortgage, whatever it may be, second home, refi, first home, does not matter. Please consider the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Go ahead and pick the brain of whoever, your cousin, someone you've worked with before. But if you could just include Mario in that process and hear what he has to say, you'd make my life complete. I promise you, Mario will win over your business. You can also find out more information about him and what he's all about by clicking on the emerald green Van Dyke Mortgage logo at ericzaneshow.com. NMLS number 3035. By the way, Mario owns the Arena football team in West Michigan here. I'm going to talk more about that, something fun, in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, gun school happens monthly. What is gun school? Well, if you got a pistol or you're thinking about buying a pistol, you don't even need to own one. And you want to be the type of person that carries that thing concealed. Maybe a little 38, maybe something with a little more oomph, something bigger, whatever. Nowadays, the holsters that they design, they go like right in your pants. No one even has any idea that you're carrying a pistol. Anyway, the first thing you need to do is get a CPL. Approved by whatever state you're in this case, Michigan. CPL says you carry that thing concealed. Okay, you need the class. That's the first step, taking the class. Prince Arming. If you are in West Michigan, take the class through Prince Arming. PrinceArming.com or on their Facebook page, which I direct you to if you click on the Prince Arming logo at ericzaneshow.com. Or just call them up, 616-204-1705. Prince Arming, online at princearming.com. Okay. Here at the house, I just had yet another moment where I had enough and I had to say something. And this is concerning the NFK. Now, there is a method to the madness when explaining to him the problems that I have with, everything he touches is a mess. If he makes food, there's a mess. We've talked about this. If he makes coffee, there's a mess. If he gets ice out of the ice maker and then pours it into his tumbler, there's a mess. If he touches anything, there's a mess. Now, if he fires the Hamsbeer shit cannon, absolutely there's a mess. And the other day it happened again. And, thorough collection of shit freckles. And I go, hey, Kevy, there is a mess. I'm going to need you to clean that up for me, please. And, oh, okay. And I'm getting less concerned because for the longest time I was concerned about him raging out at me. But we are nearly 1 year into this arrangement, and we're starting to get a little bit of chemistry. And so I'm no longer concerned with him blowing his stack. And he's not blowing his stack with me. He's been very easy to work with lately. So this is all good. Now, there's several things that I need, that I have on my list of things that he needs to work on. And one of them is when he gets the Stouffer's Hungry Man dinner or whatever ready to go in the microwave. He takes a salt shaker, and he so violently shakes so much salt on it that the salt goes everywhere. And then I have to clean it. Okay, so we'll get to there. But it came to a head when, okay, if he makes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I've talked about this before. I described him as our very own peanut butter falcon. The peanut butter gets all over his hands. And then you or I would go, oh my God, I have 7 or 8 teaspoons of peanut butter on my hands. I need to get the peanut butter off of my hands before I do anything else. Okay? That's what you and I would do. He does not. He grabs the peanut butter jar. He turns the top on. And you know those grooves in the side of the jar so you can get a grip on it? All the peanut butter is in the grooves. It's all slathered on it's like he takes a knife, puts it all over his hand like his hand is bread, and then mashes them together and then grabs the fucking jar. You know? Hang on a second. I just realized my phone is not on Do Not Disturb. I got to make sure the Queen of the Forest doesn't need me. Okay, good. So that's going to happen. The other problem is after he grabs the jar and carries it over, to the place where it goes back in the cupboard, he grabs the handle of the cupboard, and this has been and then he grabs the fridge to put the jelly away, which has peanut butter all over the outside of it. And I'm like, what is how the fuck is this even a thing? How? I don't care if you do have neuropathy. You have fucking eyes. Can you not see there is peanut butter all over your fucking hands? And now it's all over my fucking cabinet and all over my fucking peanut butter jar and my jelly jar and my fridge. And so this is over the weekend, and I just happened to walk by that cabinet, and the handles on the cabinet are just covered with it. And then I go, oh, okay. Hey, Kevy, I need you. Can you come here for a minute? So this is how it works. If you nip it in the bud right when it happens, and you have the example right there, this is how it's effective. And he comes walking over. I go, Kevin, when you prepare food, you need to take a paper towel and get the food off of your hands before you put material away. Okay. Now because I don't like to wipe all this off. You have to do this. And if you do make a mess, you must clean it. It's not my job to clean it. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. No problem. And I'm like, it's just fucking staggering to me that I have to even have this conversation. What the fuck? And, it's like baby Jesus is in heaven again saying, oh, Eric's been talking about Kenny too much. I need to give him a little bit more material to park on. So let's have his brother-in-law move in. And I'm like, here I am. And I'm like, and then I have to get the jar out. And I have to take the jar, okay, with the lid on it tightly, turn on the hot water, and wash the outside of the fucking peanut butter jar to get all the peanut butter out of the grooves with like a little scrubby thing so it can kind of get in there. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's incredible. But I think we got it. I think we got it nipped in the bud. I think we're good to go. Oh.
Hello?
Nurse's station. Is everything okay there?
Yes, right so far, but I'm getting a little hungry. And I need to have some food before I can take my medicine. And my arm hurts.
Your arm hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
In this situation.
What do you want me to do? You want me to end this and then go?
No, you do your thing first.
Okay. Well, maybe Maddie can make you a bagel or something to hold you over.
Maddie's sleeping in her room.
Oh, wait. Well, get her up. I mean.
No, I'm not going to do that.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Did you know that I had a conversation with your brother about the peanut butter issue?
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, I couldn't believe the amount. I've never seen there was more peanut butter on the cabinet and on the outside of the jar than actually in the jar. It was fantastic.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you think he doesn't know the food is on his hands?
I have no idea.
Or is he in a rush to consume it? Or, I mean...
maybe a little of both. I have no idea.
All right.
You would think he would feel... Well, he might not feel it in his hand, but you would think he would at least see it.
Exactly. I gave him the benefit of the doubt that he might not be able to feel it, but still, it's fucking peanut butter on his hands.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Did you like your shower yesterday?
Yeah, that was nice.
Diana got a shower yesterday, and the only way to effectively do this was I had to get nude with her in the shower to bathe her. So that was good, huh?
Yeah.
That was pretty sexy. I think that had you not had a shoulder issue, that I think that we might have had one of those moments.
Okay.
I think you might have been hiking your leg up high.
Okay, gotta go. Bye.
You know, your daughter listens to these shows.
I know. Bye-bye. See ya.
Okay, see you around.
Goodbye.
Bye. Queen of the Forest brought to you by Baldwin Ace Hardware. Kings of DIY awesomeness in the Northland. The plan is to go up north next week. Is next week Memorial Day, leading up to Memorial Day? Yes. Okay. Sweet. I haven't been up north since like October. So I might take some time off. I'm not positive. I don't know. For sure, Memorial Day, I won't have a show for you. We'll figure something out. But I can do the show from up there, so maybe I can do something. We'll see. My brother-in-law, Charity Scam Mike. I should probably try to get him on. This dumbass. Oh, my God. You've heard Charity Scam Mike on the show before. He's done well. He's done well his time on the show. But, man, did he do something dumb. Please, sometimes he sleeps. And, he installs alarms. He owns an alarm company. Talked about that before. He's got a bunch of famous clients. But, my God, as the boss, he probably sleeps in. Come on, man. It's time to start the day. Idiot.
You've reached Mike.
He has, it's actually his dad's place, but he uses it all the time. They've got a cottage up there about 2 miles from Fear Bunker North. Okay. And, he goes up there when he had COVID, so he wouldn't get anybody sick. So he's just like going to kind of bunker down, whatever you say, in the middle of nowhere, up north. Falls asleep, sitting in front of the fire. It's propane. They got the big egg in the backyard, and he lights the thing, and so he's got the fire going. Wakes up, and he's lucky he's not dead. I guess I don't know exactly the threat. If this is a carbon monoxide issue, I have no idea. But there was a noxious smell in the home and soot everywhere. Like he falls asleep and the house looks like one thing, and then he wakes up and everything is this thick black debris is on everything inside of the house. You know how there's a thing you open up so that everything goes up and out the chimney? This dumb shit did not adjust that thing. He didn't open it. So I guess that's what happened. That's why you open that. So this thing, it did $30,000 worth of damage inside of the place. He calls up his dad. Dad! And his dad is Mike. Mike's dad is Tom. And Tom's like, well, that's why we got insurance. Clean it up. And he goes, I can't, Dad. I got COVID. He goes, fuck you. Get on a ladder and clean everything. And call the insurance company. I'm not doing anything. So what a dumbass. Open up the stupid thing. Hopefully we'll see him and his family up north in Grayling at Fear Bunker North. All right. I'm guessing this hurt. I'll be able to show this to you. You'll be able to see it. But this is, let's see. What game? It was the New York Mets taking on, I don't know. It doesn't matter who. The Braves. I'm going to play you the audio first, and then we'll go back and look at it. The pitcher, Kevin Pillar, is up to bat for the Mets. Pillar up to bat. Braves reliever Jacob Webb throws the pitch, and it hits this guy right in the face.
Oh, and he hit him in the helmet. Oh, my.
Okay, no, he did not hit him in the helmet. Oh, my. That sound, that's the face. That impact is his face.
Oh, and he hit him in the helmet. Oh, my. And blood coming out of the nose of Kevin Pillar, who was struck flush by that pitch. It forces in a run, but the concern for Pillar, and you can see the concern on the face of Jacob Webb.
Oh, yeah, Webb is just a mess. So if you're listening to the audio podcast, you won't be able to get this. But I'm going to play it for the fans who are, for the folks who are watching on the live stream. Let me back it up here. You know, look at it. He's all ready to go. He's got his armor around his legs. Probably needs it around his face. Bases are juiced. This guy, watch. Blammo right there. Now look at the pitcher too. The second he hits him, oh no, he's like so sad. Look at, he's like, I can't believe I did that. Catcher throws off his mask. He's going to help the dude. Look at this guy's rolling on the ground. Blood pouring out of his face. All the guys on the Braves are freaking out. Oh, so rough. Look at this guy. He's ruined. This pitcher, look at that. There are Vietnam veterans who've had bamboo shoved up their ass who don't look that distraught as this guy right here. Look how traumatized this dude is. Holy shit, he's never going to be the same. Never. That guy will never, ever be the same again. This dude, I guess, okay. One more time. Ah, shit. Okay, so let me, this is a perfect opportunity to mention this again. Why in these fucking sports where there's so much danger, would you not have a protection over your face? I mean, it's so simple. You could have a cage over all of your face except your eyes. So, and then, it would start again at the forehead. So you'd have a nice wide open space to view everything. There is no point, none whatsoever, no excuse for not wearing a mask. My God, the pitchers should wear one. Remember, I had that great idea for the pitching helmet. Nobody took me up on it. The batters should have a full cage. Same thing for hockey. And there should be nets all the way down the third and first base lines. People have died at these events. In the NHL, like 15 years ago, they didn't even have nets around the ends of the rink, and some little girl got hit in the face with a puck in Columbus, I believe it was, and she died. And then they're like, oh, wow, why didn't we? I can't believe it. We better put nets up. But then they don't put them in on the sides, which you can still get hit with a puck. It happens all the time. It fucking happens once a game. A puck hits a fan in the sides. And they're like, oh, no. That isn't the direction you're shooting, though. So that doesn't matter. That could still fuck somebody up really bad. A puck still flies out, you idiot. Baseball, the pitcher should be wearing a mask and a helmet. The batter should be wearing a full fucking cage. All of these things should happen. I will never understand it. And then they're all about player safety, you idiots. They're throwing a fucking hard object 100 miles an hour. There is no way, if it's coming at your face, you're going to be able to get out of the way. Oh. And then the pitcher, he has to act sad. No, he probably did. He probably was very, very sad. But my God. Oh. Kenny says, is he okay? I think so. I don't think you're being silly because that joke wouldn't work. Let me check. Yeah, I think he just busted his nose. It's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He walked off under his own power with a towel over his face. Yeah, so I think he's okay. There's actually a screenshot of the moment of truth where they actually have the exact moment in a still of it when it hit his face. And look at that. My God. Right on his nose. It didn't hit any part of the mask or of the helmet. The nose the sound you heard is his nose turning to powder. It's gone. You might as well just cut the nose off. There is no chance that thing will ever be replaced. He's going to go through the rest of his life looking like Lord Voldemort. What an absolute tragedy. Completely avoidable. Corey agrees. A cage would not affect their ability to hit. They should have one. Kenny says, is he going to be playing beep, beep baseball now? Maybe. Does he still even have a left eye? It's the risk they take for the millions of dollars they make, says Terry. Well, yeah, I know, but it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. That is a risk you don't need to take. Dirk, the usual asshole that he is, adds, yeah, and NASCAR and Indy races should be limited to 55 miles an hour. Why do you always take it to the point where, you see, my point was, you stupid fucking troll cocksucker, is that it would not affect the game in any way if all of those things that I decided should happen. It doesn't change the game in any way. That's my point. You always fucking troll and go down that road, and that's why I troll you, because you are a fucking pain in the ass. Yeah, NASCAR and Indy races should be limited to 55 miles an hour. You always do that. Always. My God. No reason for them to be in excessive speed. Safety first. You are such a dick. Okay? No one said that. You're just being an asshole. Terry says, I think UFC fighters should use 30-ounce gloves. Why the fuck are you guys even here? That is a fucking fighting sport. Of course they're going to kick each other's asses. Jesus. This is absolutely preventable. Pitching helmet has to happen. Cage on the front of the mask. A bird cage for all hockey players. Why even bother putting that visor on there, you idiots? Kent says, are we still talking about sports? Let's move on. Fucker. Kent, what is going on with Johnson's? Why? What the fuck? Can you at least convince Darwin to tell me to go to hell? Can you just? I just want to make sure that he gets my messages. Can you just say, hey, Eric Zane wants you to tell him to fuck off? Can you tell Eric Zane to fuck off, please? Because he thinks you hate him. I mean, hey, how you doing, buddy? I want to see if we can get the partnership going again. I feel like such a dick. Oh. Chris says, yeah, it is a dumb argument, Eric. They added many safety features in racing, the whole Halo system after Earnhardt died. Yeah, after Earnhardt died. Yeah, don't forget in the fucking smart walls. That's a great point, Chris. And the speeds are unaffected. So, Dirk, I know you're just trying to get me fucking pissed off, and it worked, you asshole. You're the problem today. You get a nomination for asshole of the day. Absolutely. Andrea's another dick. I think UFC fighters should be blowing bubbles at each other. You are such a fucking jerk. Andrea is a dick. Andrea and Dirk, both huge assholes. Fucking jerks. Fuck. So pissed off. All right. I got to focus. Okay. Hey, if you know anybody that, if you have a business and you want me to feature your business on the podcast, like this army of sponsors behind me help keep the podcast growing strong, reach out to me and I'll tell you how it works. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Send me an email saying, hey, man, I heard that you can help my business. How do I find out more? This doesn't cost you anything. I basically just take my time and tell you who is listening to the show and for how long, the demographics, the ages, the male, female. I'm about 78% men, 22% ladies. 18 to 54 is my demographic. No, I take that back. More like 25 to 54. 25 to 60 is the ballpark of people that listen to the podcast. But thank you so much. If you're interested, just let me know via email, and then I'll take care of the rest. You don't have to do anything other than say, hey, tell me more, stupid. We were talking about transplants earlier. Oh, wow, we got a beautifully sized wasp in here. That is frightening, and he is pissed. Okay, I want you to hold that thought right now because I need to open up a window and get this dude out of here. Ooh, he's angry. Okay, hold on. Yikes. Hey, fella. Hey, don't worry. I'll get you out of here. It's okay. I'm going to help you go home. Time to go to your home, Ball. Don't you want to go to your home? Okay, it might shock you. I can still see him. He's calmed down. And he just flew out the window, just like that. It might come as a shock to you. I don't like killing wasps if I don't have to. I only kill creatures when absolutely necessary. When I was up at Fear Bunker North last year and that one was underneath the trailer, yeah, I had to take out the nest, and I actually got stung. Those were those bald-faced hornets, which are of the devil. This guy, I don't know what he is, but I can't stand killing things. It just ruins me. It's getting worse as I get older. Spiders, I either leave them or I grab them very gently with my hand or in paper and take them outside and put them in the grass. It's really embarrassing. I don't even like spraying ant holes. You know, I would rather them. I'm such an idiot. It breaks my heart when I have to destroy an ant hole. The ants are going in the house. And I feel bad for the ants. Fucking deranged. Saw an Oriole yesterday at the bird feeder. I haven't seen an Oriole ever. And an Oriole has been attracted. Orioles are amazing. Have you ever seen a real Oriole? Oh, my God. I see it. And I don't know what it is at first. And then I look it up. I typed in gold black bird or something like that. And I did some search. And then the bird that I was looking at appeared. And I go, oh, my God, that's a freaking Oriole. Look at this thing. Look how pretty. He's got a yellow leg. Oh, hello, baby. Hello, pretty Oriole. Oh, yes. Just a beauty. And then we had some, I sound like Tony Gates because he does his bird shit all the time. We got red-winged blackbirds just showed up on the scene. I got cardinals, finches, robins, of course. Tons of robins everywhere. The robins that I hatched are still fledglings. They walk around the yard, and their moms and dads still feed them. But they can fly like tremendous distance now. It won't be long till they're completely out on their own having sex. Okay, I'm such an idiot. The fuck am I doing? Did I talk about Gift of Life? I don't think I did. Anyway, God bless my friends over at Gift of Life, Michigan. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk about your initiatives. Hoping that people fill out their donor cards. That's all we ask. Go to my spot online by clicking on the Gift of Life logo. It'll take you right to my page for all the information you need about filling out your organ donor card so that you'll have the little heart on your driver's license so that if something happens, they're like, wow, okay, this is an organ donor. And then there's someone waiting patiently for organs. You can save 8 lives with what is inside of you that you cannot take with you, okay? Thank you to Gift of Life Michigan for being part of this show. Also, thank you to Joe Martinez, A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. So many people, businesses that do heating and cooling in and around West Michigan. And yeah, go ahead and call them. If you need a new install or whatever it is, do it. Get an estimate from, does not matter who. Get 2. And then call Joe. Have him do the same damn thing. He will beat it. If he doesn't, say, can you beat this? Or Zane said you will beat this. And hang on. Son of a bitch. Fucking yellow jacket. I just closed the window now. Shouldn't have it open in the first place. Neighbors are going to hear me swearing. All right. Call Joe, 616-516-8579. He's going to beat any price. Also, if you just need an AC tune-up, and you do, if you haven't turned this thing on since last year, you need an AC tune-up. 616-516-8579. It's only $79. Have, is it Jason? Yeah. Excuse me, Jason or David, which is Joe's assistants, or Joe himself, show up at your place, 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. Had a dog wash fiasco yesterday at the Eric Zane Show podcast household. I'm very, very appreciative because Madison washed 4 dogs yesterday. These dogs don't get bathed enough. First of all, let me just tell you this. O'Neill, when you bathe the dog, all of the hair from the winter then wants to get off of his body. So what I mean by that is he looks all fluffy and stupid. So after he dried, I went over his coat with the special, it's this thing that takes all the nasty hair that's going to fall off him anyway and wind up in my house and make the place look like shit with gobs of hair everywhere. As I'm pulling it off, pulling the thing through his fur, and then you pull the fur off that's just coming off, the dog is shrinking before my eyes. It's incredible how much fur comes off of the dog. And I'm in my driveway, And then I pull the hair off the comb thing, and the wind takes it, and it's becoming, it looks like fucking deadwood. Tumbleweeds of dog fur rolling through the streets like you wouldn't believe it. I mean, a ton of it. And I'm waiting for my neighbors to like, hey, you got to pick that shit up. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm not picking up dog hair. I think it's going to last forever. Doesn't it last like forever in the pew? And then you got to like mow it or something like that. There's dog hair everywhere throughout the cul-de-sac, and it's from O'Neill. It's hilarious. All right, so that happened. Then these dogs, after you wash the dogs, they get the zoomies. Bruce is the king of the zoomies. And though he doesn't have them right now, she finishes washing Bruce and brings him in the house. She goes outside with Daisy. Bruce gets the zoomies and bashes the door with his head, screen door, and it flies open, and he goes taking off, boo, out the door, gone. Running down the street. Madison chases after him. He's not going to return. He is long gone. The only thing that will stop Bruce is if he gets distracted. And he loves people so much that even if they're in a freaking car, that he will stop them. And sure enough, my neighbor, Karen, yes, her name is Karen. Karen sees Bruce running down the street. She stops the car, opens up the car. Bruce gets in her car. She hates dogs. And she's like, oh, my God, get your fucking dog out of here. Holy shit. Oh, my God. That saved the day. That's actually how we get the dog back. That he had to jump into the neighbor's car. We'd catch him. Otherwise, we wouldn't have caught him. Okay, there's that. O'Neill is back into the this laundry room. And thank God there is the ceramic tile floor. Because the dog, he must have been stressed. O'Neill hates water. He can't even stand going near a lake. Like you see people with their dogs, they throw something in the lake and the dog runs out. O'Neill's like, fuck that. I hate the water. I hate baths. I hate the pool. No, the dog hates water. He kind of looks like a dog that would like water, though. I mean, he's got shepherd markings and the whole beagle face, but no, hates water. So much so, I didn't know this. I just found this out yesterday. He hates water so much that what it does is it transforms in his body solid turds into liquid hot feces. He took a dump in that laundry room that is such a disaster, or was such a disaster. It was the equivalent of taking about 45 snack pack puddings, putting them into a bowl in the microwave on high for like 15 minutes until it's like so liquidy. It doesn't even resemble pudding at this point. And then just going and taking that container and dumping it onto the floor. That's what it looked like inside of my laundry room. Not even a bit of it. There wasn't one bit of solid feces. It was like he turned into a fucking McDonald's shake machine. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I'm in here working, and I hear Madison. Dad, yeah, O'Neill diarrheaed in the laundry room. I'm not touching it. Okay, I'll get it. Dad, yeah, you got to come now. It smells bad. Okay. Get up, I go down there, and it's a murder scene, man. It's like, what the fuck? How do you begin? Okay, Meyer bags, like 10 of them, and you lay them on top, and then you put your hand into the bag, just opposite, so your hand is separated from poo, and you just kind of like, if you were at the beach and you're scooping water out of the hole, like you dig a hole and the wave fills it full of water and you want the water out, you have to scoop it out of the water with your hand. That's what my hands are doing to gather up as much of this lake of shit into the bag. It's barely effective. Like, what the fuck? So I do as a number on it as I can, and then I put on the gloves, the the elbow length gloves, and then just I'm sopping it up. It's like the bounty is bread, okay, and that's the gravy, okay, So I'm completely just like, it's just smearing it all over. This total doo-doo Da Vinci. Like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm holding my breath. Kate writes, gagging with green face. Ugh. Finally get to a point where I can really start to disinfect. I get the Lysol, the Pine Sol. Oh my God. So between Diana with the stool softener and the Metamucil finally counteracting the effects of the narcotics and her giving me vivid descriptions of what is in the bowl to O'Neill, it was a fucking day yesterday. Son of a bitch. Amanda says, this doesn't faze me now since I had my Code Brown situation a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I remember you saying something about that. Kenny weighed in afterwards, and he said that he thought that was pretty hot, I'm sorry you had that problem. All right. I did not say that. Did you hear the story about the guy who was being sentenced in Fargo, North Dakota? Ooh. Oh, my God. Hold on a second. I had it and then I lost it. I'm a little bit underprepared. Hold on. Oh. So this all happened yesterday. He's in front of the judge. The dude was, I think, yeah. He was in front of a judge to find out a verdict against a guy. He had faced stalking related charges. All right. So he's on the hook for something, possibly. All right, we're going to read the verdict. And the judge says, I guess the jury had left the courtroom here. I guess, thank God for that. But it's just a normal day. U.S. District Judge Peter Welty. And then the courtroom staff. You got Rusty the bailiff, maybe a few attorneys, maybe a few bystanders there, a few witnesses. We find you guilty of stalking. God knows what the sentence is against this dude. Or, how much time he's going to spend locked away, if any. No idea. But I don't know, maybe he was a repeat offender or something like that. And he knew that this was a real bad thing, and he didn't want to go to prison. So the judge says, hey, yeah, we find you guilty. And then this dude, the next thing you know, he is doing a throat slash gesture. Like when the guy would score a touchdown in the NFL, he used to do the throat slash gesture. Yeah, you're dead, So what is he doing? Is he threatening the judge? The judge, like, what the fuck? This is contempt. If you're doing giving me a throat slash gesture, that is a threat, and they're probably gonna. So right about the time he's getting ready to bang the gavel and say, Mr. So-and-so, and I don't know the name of the guy. It doesn't say, Mr. So-and-so, I am holding you in contempt. I'm adding 30 days onto your sentence and a $9,500. He notices that the dude starts gushing blood. He looks like former Buffalo Sabres goalie Clint Malarchuk. The guy, the defendant, has slashed his own throat from ear to ear. He wasn't doing the throat slash gesture. He was killing himself. And he did. The guy bled out right there. I mean, he cut both carotids. He went ear to ear. That makes wow, like hanging yourself looked to be like child's play. If you slash your own fucking throat, oh my God. So they're all like, holy shit, what just happened? And he pulled out a shank, a sharp plastic shank, and he went zoinks. Oh my God. Cops responded, trying to stop the bleeding, but you have seconds, okay? You have very little time when that happens. Oh. The U.S. Marshal there witnessed it. Court security officers, deputy marshals tried life-saving measures, unsuccessful. Well, silver lining. There's no more stalking, okay? We don't have to. Whoever he was stalking is like, oh, thank God. That's the first good decision this asshole has made for a long time. Oh my God! He should be up for sainthood now. And then what if it went like, okay, yeah, so and so, we find you guilty, and then the judge looks down, and then the guy slashes his throat, and then the judge looks up and says, no, oh my God, I read it wrong. I meant to say not guilt. Oh no, fuck. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh my God. How hideous is that? But the fact that he did it in this dramatic fashion, what an asshole. I mean, he has no regard for anyone. All of these people, the trauma that he would cause. You see some fucking kook slash his fucking throat. This person writes, the suicide and manner says it all. The guy believed he was innocent of the crimes and charges. He was, for all purposes, murdered by the court. There should be repercussions for that. Isn't that crazy? What? How is the court responsible for this guy's murder? He's guilty of stalking. He did something wrong, and he was, it's not like he was convicted of okay. So stalking was the complaint from an ex-spouse, separated spouse, or girlfriend, and hence associated with a strong emotional attachment where he felt wrong. Was it a vindictive complaint and technical verdict? Such emotions can occur in the best of people, especially during divorce, and one is not always in control of their senses when your life falls apart. Yeah, these are a lot of fucking excuses. Did he or did he not stalk somebody? I mean, sure, I'm not in the jury, but they are, and you think that the court is guilty of killing this guy? It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Stevie says, hang on, Zane. I was on the phone. Did the judge really read it wrong, or was Zane fucking with us? No, that was a joke. He did not read it wrong. Jason says that it was like a lawn sprinkler on the judge's bench. Dirk says, thank you for saving taxpayer money. Dirk's all about the money. Thanks for saving the money. Yes, he definitely is. He definitely is dead, Tyler. It's funny. Wait, what? Was it really a wrong verdict? Did he really say it wrong? I think that would be the top story on the news. The top story in the news right now is all about Palestine and Israel, which is fucked. Okay. Now I don't understand. I'm not sure what happened first. Why they're fighting. I think it may have been something to do with the end of Ramadan. Somebody did something to piss somebody off, and then the next thing you know, there's rock throwing, and then a bit of gunfire, and then rockets, and then fighter jets, and then death and destruction. It's bad, okay? It's really bad, and it's probably going to get worse. And you know who's on the hot seat? Your old pal Joe Biden, who some of you love and some of you hate. But he's in a sticky spot because, all the fighter jets that they're using in Israel to blow up fucking apartment buildings in Gaza. Well, those have all been sold to the Jews, to the Israelis by the U.S. So, and then you have the diplomatic issue. If Biden just stands up and says, stop doing this, I demand a ceasefire. He's pissing off a huge population of people that live in the United States. So he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. Okay? This is an absolute catastrophe right now, what is happening. So he's kind of like trying to thread the needle by saying, both sides, we need a ceasefire. But he can't go and condemn the Palestinians and Hamas, and he can't go and condemn Israel. Okay? It is fucked. This one is an absolute mess. And if Biden is able to navigate this would be a big deal. Oh boy, this is the type of thing that people who did not vote for Biden are sitting back with their arms crossed and say, let's see how he handles this one. People like Dirk and Nick, who do not think that he has the legs to be able to handle something like this, they're sitting back just like, okay, you wanted the job, fix this one, fucker. So I am anxious to see how he does this, because I truly understand what both of these sides are talking about, but I'm not the president. If you're the Palestinians and Hamas is you might think, oh well, these are just terrorists. You got to understand, they're defending neighborhoods and kids and shit like that who are all the time with the threat of military action against them. And the Hamas folks are embedded with like civilians. So there's all sorts of civilians getting killed all the fucking time with these micro strikes that Israel is doing. So then that just makes it worse. So it's like, what's going on here? Who do you side with? There's no right answer on this one. So it is absolutely, and so I entirely understand why they launched their rockets, but I entirely understand why Israel's like, fuck you. If you keep doing that, we're going to blow the shit out of every fucking building. So now they're talking about this potentially becoming a full-scale war. If the U.S. doesn't do something in this, okay, you run the risk of all of these other countries, Egypt, Libya, Syria, Iran, them taking sides with the Muslim Arabic population and Lebanon, and then starting a massive war with Israel. And then you're like, holy fuck, now what? Does the U.S. just not defend Israel? Do they stay out? Do they stay neutral? You thought the pandemic was a tough thing to walk through. Hold my fucking beer. This could be an absolute disaster, and it doesn't appear to be getting better. Corey writes, not my pig, not my farm. Yes, but that's easy to say. We sold them the armaments. Richard says it's interesting that the place called the Holy Land is the land of the fire caste, deepest hatred in the world. Yes, very much so. Oh, great. Okay. Punch from the back of the room. Punch from the back of the room. John says, can Amanda and Kenny just bump uglies finally? What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm the only one who can make that joke. Kenny says, shut up, John. Dirk says, Biden can't even handle our border. Maybe he should send border czar Harris to fix it. Amanda says, let's not, and say we did. Does that mean you want to? Wait a minute. What? All right. Sorry. I wanted to touch on that because I do find the story interesting, but man, it's an absolute mess. I try not to ignore the big stories. I don't want to turn it into radio. Okay. My friends at Blue Frost IT are inviting you to reach out to them if you need any type of IT help, or perhaps you're moving the office, or perhaps you're doing an entire retrofit of the office. You need new computers, new tech, whatever it may be. Get a complimentary consultation from Blue Frost IT. Depending on your business, you will have computer needs, and if you're looking for something new and a change, don't just run to the store or go to fucking Amazon and just start buying shit. You got to have the right shit for your business. You might be getting things that you don't need, you know? I mean, if you just sit down with the folks from Blue Frost IT, get the complimentary consultation, they find out what you need. They give you like an outline of what you need for your business so that it runs smoothly. Yeah, hey, I want to do that. And then you say, here you go, buy it. They buy it. It shows up. They even build it in some cases. And then they install it for you. Everything is taken care of. You don't want your employees, Ron and accounting doing this shit. You can't do it. You're too busy. Don't worry about that. Have Blue Frost IT do all of these things. They are also the managed IT service provider for tons of companies in West Michigan, including this little old company, the Eric Zane Show podcast. They give you an estimate of how much it's going to cost to run tech support for all of your IT. You pay them each month, and then hopefully you never have to use it. It's an insurance company for all of the tech that you have, because if things go south, you are losing money. Blue Frost IT, reach out, info@bluefrostit.com, or call 616-200-8550. Thank you so much. How about Cornhole America for Father's Day? Dad would love a new set of boards. Buy the best. All you kids, you're like, hey, let's go in and get Dad a set of boards, okay? And you think up a clever message to put on it, maybe a picture of something he loves. Think about that for Father's Day. Your dad would love that, okay? A nice set of boards with custom-made bags. So, hey, man, I need $30 for the boards, $30 for the boards. You pool your money, you reach out to cornholeamerica.com, buy the boards. They send them to you, but you better get on it, okay, because Father's Day is fast approaching, and these guys are buried with work. So get it done now. Go there, cornholeamerica.com, and get a set of customized cornhole boards. And when I say customized, I mean you're sending them any image you want. If you're like favorite daughter, that'd be great. Send him the image so that he can have his favorite daughter on the set of cornhole boards, whatever it may be. Cornholeamerica.com, one of the great, amazing sponsors on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Everything is made by hand, scratch. Well, the one thing that happens is a CNC machine cuts the parts, okay? And they just added another CNC machine to do it all. I'm telling you, they are just doing awesome. They are so swamped with work. Cornholeamerica.com. Love those guys. Thank you to Jason Williamson, Joey Williamson. Jesus, what an idiot. Joey Williamson for getting me in touch with those guys way back when from Hollywood's World of Sports. Thank you. All right. And then there's Bennett Flooring Installation. 616-318-0167. Now, in a perfect world, I would have you buy the flooring. I would tell you to buy the flooring from Kent's company that he works for and really does a great job with. And I would love to be able to say, you got to buy the flooring from Kent. And then the installation takes place with Bennett Flooring Installation. But I'm still in a holding pattern with my friends at Kent's business. Well, it's not Kent's business. He doesn't own the business, but he's like worked his way up the ladder in the business. And he's kicking major ass, okay? But as it is, I can only talk about the installation of the flooring. And that is done by Bennett Flooring Installation. So you rip out the old carpet or the old flooring, you go to a store, and you buy the new flooring. You set it on where the new flooring is going to go in. Bennett Flooring shows up, and they install it for you. Because if you install it, it's going to look like shit. So don't install it. Have them do it. They're going to measure the room. It's going to take them 15 minutes. They're going to leave. In a day or so, they're going to tell you how much it's going to cost to install it. That's it. You don't have to worry about tear out. You don't have to worry about throwing anything away, all those extra charges. Just the install is what you're paying for. So you're paying a hell of a lot less. Do all that other shit yourself, but when it comes to the installation, Bennett Flooring Installation's motto is, don't make your flooring look like shit. They told me that is what it says in their business card, on their business cards. Your flooring will look like shit if you don't use Bennett Flooring Installation. Avoid your flooring looking like shit. 616-318-0167. Bennett Flooring Installation. 616-318-0167. Let's see. Today is the 18th. On the 22nd. Hold on a second. On the 22nd, Saturday the 22nd, I am going to be on the video live stream, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, for the West Michigan Ironmen, doing play-by-play of their upcoming game. I had so much fun doing this the first time. My God, I'm like the color commentator, and then the play-by-play guy, Trevor, he's sitting there talking about, it's a pass completed at number 45, and then I have to provide the analysis. I am not equipped to do this job. So what do? I fuck around, and they seem to love it. I thought, well, this is the one and only time I'm going to do it. And then, so I'm sitting there cracking jokes, being an asshole as a color commentator. And it works. Tons of people watch the damn thing. And then the players start reaching out to me and they go, we fucking love that you call our games. I go, you do? They go, yeah, it's great. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I think I'm on to something with this. So I will be there and I want you to be there. This is what they're doing with the West Michigan Ironmen. First of all, they are giving me free tickets to give away to all of my sponsors. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a pair or four, but I had a dialogue yesterday with Nate Smith, the coach of the team. And if you are a sponsor of the Eric Zane Show podcast, you are getting free tickets for the Saturday game. I will send them to you myself. You just walk up and you fucking hold your phone up to the thing, and then you get in, and it's just awesome. The beer is cheap, the food is cheap, and you're watching the game, and it's usually an ass kicking. West Michigan usually kicks the shit out of them, and it's fucking fun. Oh my God, you're gonna love this. So all the sponsors get tickets, and I've got tickets to give away in the Zane Zone. I think I gave away 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I have 13 or 14 tickets to give away to audience members. So this is the way I did it last time. If you did not go last time, I'll tell you what, this is what I want you to do. Doesn't matter if you went last time or not. If you want to go to that Saturday game in Muskegon at the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. No, that's not right. That's the convention center. It's called Mercy Health Arena next to, I said Mercy Health Arena next to Mario's Convention Center. What the fuck am I talking about? If you want to go, send me an email and I'll get you those tickets. I'll send you them myself. But if I go through all the people that wanted them and I have no one else to give them to, I will give them to the people who went to the last game then. Okay? So it just depends on who's first come, first served, and hasn't gone yet. So no matter who you are, send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, if you want to go to this game. You're going to love this. This is fun shit. I really love what they've done to that arena. That old barn used to be L.C. Walker Arena. They changed it to Mercy Health. They sold the rights to it. It's sweet. The whole upper bowl, they ripped all those seats out. And so now they have a concourse area where you walk, you have a beer, you get a walking taco or something like that from Rad Dad's. Rad Dad's is great. Awesome food there. A taqueria. Right in the building. Really, really great. They ripped out all those seats because, we fucking never fill this joint anyway. Okay? It is what it is. That's just a room for 2,000 people, and the rest is just walking space and bar space. It's great. So send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, if you want in. And send it now, because I'm doing it as they come in. Schaefer, who was there at the last one, he says, it's really nice in there now. I remember how it was in the 90s. Oh, yeah, there's hypodermic needles on the ground. It's just a shit show. Let's see. Kenny says, you're going to take Free Beer's other job and best him at that one too? No, it's way different. What I'm doing is analysis. Greg does play-by-play. He doesn't know anything about analyzing. I am a football analyst. Everybody knows that. Sergeant Slim, referring to the Bennett flooring installation ad, writes, I just snarfed my coffee when you're talking about flooring. Said, it'll look like shit. A lot of talk about Amanda and Kenny. That is, come on, guys. Let's keep it above board. John just shows up once a month to fucking wreak havoc. You're such a cock. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're such a troublemaker. Leave Kenny alone. He's got enough fucking trouble to have to deal with your fat ass. Jeez. All right. Let me see if we have anything for an email of the day. We've been talking about a lot of shit today. All right. Chad writes this. Zaniac Chad writes, hey, Zane, yesterday's free podcast with Kenny freaking out was pure comic gold. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. Keep up the great work, man. Signed, Zaniac Chad. Well, Chad, thank you very much. That is that's a very kind thing to say. I'm glad you laughed. That all started with Kenny accusing me of things that I did not do. He was so butthurt because I didn't respond to his text. And it's like, dude, he was not buying my answer that I was trying to take care of my wife, and he didn't. He thought, I don't know if he didn't call me a liar, but he might as well have. And then, I just am not the type of person that is just going to hear one side of the story and just pile on. I mean, Kenny gave this guy who owns a business, I forgot the name of it, Z-Stream Automotive or something like that, mobile mechanic in Nashville. Kenny gave the guy 1 star. That is not great for a business if you get 1 star. And so, all right, well, he might have a point. And then he of course, screenshotted everything and made a big deal about it on Facebook. And then all of a sudden, I've got other Zaniacs telling me that he's being a whiny asshole. And I'm like, well, I don't know about that. I don't know if you can say that. He might have been fucked right in the butt by this guy. And so all I read was the guy said, yes, I know I should have been there. And I know I did commit to it. However, I can't do it. It's not going to help me. It's just not worth my time. I'm going to cancel. And I'm sorry, the guy apologized. He did apologize, but that wasn't good enough. And then it got heated between these two. And Kenny was so bam, bam, bam. The guy ended up referring to Kenny as a Karen. Okay? Kenny just sent me an email. Kenny wants me to mention Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic. Oh, it did finally show up on Google reviews. And yeah, he wrote, received this overnight, dick. What? What did I do? Okay, Kenny sent me this thing just now. And I don't know why you sent this. Because this is what I see. I'm going to show you. Okay? You can see this on the live stream. And I don't know why he's doing this. Clearly, he wants something particular to happen. Okay. All right, great. You can see this. Kenny just sent me this. Received this overnight, Dick. LOL. Thanks for sharing. Your new review is a great addition to Google. Contributions like this help others make decisions about the things worth doing in places worth seeing. Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic. Kenny, there's his 1 star. And then it starts with his diatribe. Now, Kenny is sending me this, I guess, because he wants me to do this where it says edit review. Well, that I didn't realize you wanted me to edit it. Well, okay, this is what I'll do then, Kenny. I will provide what I know about this. I can't add to the review. All I know is that I got two sides to this story. It seemed like both people had legitimate gripes. So I think the whole review in the first place should be disregarded. I call it a draw. Hopefully these two will be friends in the future, as we all need less anger in the world. I love Kenny, and I love Z Speed. And I wouldn't have brought this up had Kenny not sent it. Z Speed Mobile Mechanic. And then, just to be fair, I'll give him 5 stars. Post. Okay, that's what you wanted me to do, no doubt, when you sent that. All right. Okay. Why did you want me to comment on that, Kenny? Why did you want me to add to the review? I don't understand. You should have just deleted the review if you wanted it changed. Weird. All right. Smarter than a former drug dealer trivia comes up in just a minute. Well, 27 minutes. If you would like to contribute to the show, like if you ever have a bad Google review for somebody and you want me to see it, send it along, eric@ericzaneshow.com. Or if you have a news story about some guy slashing his throat, send it along, eric@ericzaneshow.com. I am dependent upon you for content in addition to my own. It does help. So thank you so much to everybody who has helped in the past and will continue to help. Okay. JM Synthetics. They are, of course, that's Jason Mays, the lube slinger. And I just talked to Tyler S., who bought something from Jason, and he said that the products are working great in his motorcycle. He said he's going to get more. That is great. Buy the stuff from Jason Mays. I suggest doing it this way. Pick out what you want at jmsynthetics.com and then call Mays directly. There's a number on the site, 616-747-0233. And say, yeah, this is what I need. Tell him what you're picking. And the reason why you do it this way instead of just ordering it directly on the site is because this is what helps Maze the most, okay? And we're all about helping the sponsors in as thorough of a way as possible, jmsynthetics.com. You can also buy the products in person at a store called Ionia Outdoors. Ionia Outdoors is having a flea market swap meet style sale with local vendors and food trucks on site coming up on Saturday. So if you are in this MAGA hat wearing shit kicker, right-wing conservative, everybody drives a monster truck, a type of truck, part of town, go over there starting at 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. and check out what they have to offer at Ionia Outdoors, okay? You hillbillies love this stuff. This is like your fucking county fair, okay? Go to a swap meet in the middle of a backwater community. That's what you do. May 22nd, 8 a.m., 5 p.m. If you are not a hillbilly, okay? If you are not a hillbilly, do not drive the Prius. Do not wear any rainbow attire. And for the love of God, do not wear a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. Avoid, avoid, avoid. I'm totally kidding on all this shit. May 22nd, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Ionia Outdoors. It's all tongue-in-cheek. It's all a joke. Buy your AMSOIL products from Jason Mays, jmsynthetics.com, 616-747-0233. Also in that neck of the woods is BK Guns and Stuff, And it doesn't matter where you are in the USA. Get your weaponry repaired. I always feel like I'm saying that weird. Weaponry repaired. Weaponry repaired. Get your guns fixed at BK Guns and Stuff. Not only fixed, clean, customized, improved, made better, whatever it is. BK Guns and Stuff. I recommend this because Benjamin's one of these dudes who his voicemail is full. I fucking hate that. Send him a text. Say, hey, how do you fix my gun? I'm in Oregon. 616-902-2447. Send him a text. 616-902-2447. You want to see more of what they do? Go to their Facebook page. You can get to it by either typing the letter B, the letter K, guns, the letter N, stuff. BK Guns and Stuff in Facebook search. You'll find it. Or click on his logo at ericzaneshow.com. BK Guns and Stuff. Thank you. The asshole of the day. Asshole of the day. Dean says, please, Eric, enough of that fucking Kenny show. Yeah, Dean, do I tell you how to feed the horses? Do not tell me what to do on my show, you fucking disaster, or anyone else. Shut the fuck up. Okay? You see the name on the sign? Does it say The Dean Root Show? Fuck no, it doesn't. It says The Eric Zane Show. Fuck that. Weaponry repaired. Try it again without sounding like Elmer Fudd. Shut up, Dirk. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Okay. I don't remember what the hell I was doing. You can tell the podcast's getting long in the tooth. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Kenny's stupid song that was made by the Peleritos. Thank you very much, or at least Mike. Dog wash fiasco. NFK with the peanut butter. The baseball player hit by the pitch in the face. Going up north next week. Charity scam Mike almost killed himself and burnt his house down. Dumbass who slashes his throat in court. Let's see, what else? We gave away the football tickets. And then we had some email, and the asshole of the day is now. Who are your nominations for asshole of the day? Let's see. Dirk is a strong candidate. Yeah, that whole crack about when I was talking about baseball players needing protective gear, and that stupid shit throws into the mix. Yeah, why don't we just have IndyCar and NASCAR do 55 miles an hour? Yeah, you're such a snarky cock. I don't know. Yeah, let's go with that. He's been asking for it for some time. That's going to be your asshole of the day. Dirk is I think now a 3-time winner of this award. There you go. Congratulations, you bastard. And Dean, you're getting a runner-up because of that late edition for trying to tell me what the fuck to talk about. Fuck you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Holy shit, you're a 4-time champ? Congratulations. Pain in the ass. Oh. All right, that's it, folks. Jimmy in Maine is taking on Dale in 20 minutes. And then 11 o'clock, we've got the Patreon bonus. Thanks, folks. Have a good one. Adam writes, turn it up, turn it down, more lighting, less lighting, new subject, more of last subject, talk more, shut up, hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye for a minute forever. Yeah, that's how it is in my world. That's the way people contribute. They try to tell me what to talk about on my show. For a change, I don't have to listen to anybody tell me what I should be talking about. No, I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. It's your fucking problem. Holy shit. All right, thanks, folks. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.